Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Vedic. We'll be doing a live reading for you today. And please take what resonates and leave what does not. I believe the live chat is on, and also we have the comment section open. We have the star card coming up here immediately. There we are. Let's try and fit as many stands as possible. I've got 7. I'm really fond of them. Okay, so there is some sort of hopeful healing taking place right now in your mindset is what I'm getting, or even maybe you're going through your systems, your computer systems, your phone, or any other sort of technological system that you are used to working with, and just sort of correcting things, deleting files, corrupt files, upgrading stuff. I see mainly deleting and making a little more space to accommodate what is really, really important to you. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck as well. So there is definitely an offer coming in, but you're a little afraid of it. You're a little afraid of it, and you tend to not give so much to this new beginning that's coming in, because you might have had false starts, and you have memories from false starts lingering around here that are creating a sort of a bottleneck, a limiting factor, because of the memories of the past, or this is how it influenced me. This is how it influenced the way I speak, the way I dress, the way I write, the way I arrange my routine. It could be anything. It could be a type of job, a type of industry, or it's mainly work related, because we have it's the Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. It's like I'm not going to give much to this. I'm not going to give much to this, because it ends up having a very, very terrible influence on me and my psyche and everything in my material world. I'm getting like somebody saying Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Vedic, or this could be uh, somebody who's related to you. Okay, they end up saying that I am not going to give this thing a chance. It's a very basic thing in life. It's just a place, a location, a industry, a type of job, or maybe you're a freelancer, or maybe uh, you have a job right now, and you want to go into freelancing, and you've done it before, and then you've had some sort of look at this. I put it up in reverse. So it's like as I'm speaking, I see you visualizing both aspects of it. When you felt free, on your own, you can do your own thing, you can take your own calls, and at the same without anybody hovering over you and that sort of a thing. But at the same time, there are some kind of unpleasant experiences, because maybe you were dealing with people, and I think it left you more without that limiting factor, without that barrier, or it's an imaginary barrier. A limiting factor is, that's what it is. It's a limit. It's not a boundary. It's not a barrier. It's like, because you would limit your uh, involvement, um, your physical involvement or presence. Okay, um, that me. That did not necessarily mean that you were not getting in. influence, it's not even influence, like, I feel like, somebody is constantly getting pushed, like, by uh, these type of people who want to constantly, like, go and sort of pledge their case, continuously coming to plead their case, and then when they don't get whatever they want to, then they just lose everything, like, they lose their marbles. That's how it's coming. I don't know, coming through. It does definitely resonate to me, but in a very different way. I don't know if it resonates that with everybody, but like I'm seeing somebody who's just unwilling to listen to other people because of some sort of previous experience that they've had in a certain type of job, in a certain type of workplace, in a certain type of industry that they've dealt with. This is something very common that it happens. I mean, these places that you have now refused to start dealing with, it's like somebody. The thing is, this energy that was trapped has also been released. So if you go, what I'm saying is, like, if you go back to that place, there is going to be some sort of deep healing that you are going to experience. Okay, some deep healing that you're going to experience. So it's possible that in this new phase of your life in the world, with after the reawakening of magic and consciousness expanding, us being telepathically more aware of our telepathic abilities, and hence connected with each other more deeply on a more higher level, uh, etc. You might feel that this you're getting a second chance, but it's gonna feel like it is the first time ever you're trying something that you've already done and hated. Let's say hated. Okay, there was a reason. There was this sort of energy. This could be a person that was constantly lingering around wherever you were going, because they were the hosts for this energy uh, that was, yeah, okay, it's not even stepping on toes, somebody uh like, just wanted to trip you out always. And there was this energy that this trickster, not even trickster energy, a trickster actually goes through an entire storyline, entire storyline. There are so many factors that they cover. Okay, but this energy was just like every time they heard that you were going to step in these step into these places, they would just, this energy would catch somebody, and you would probably see like familiar faces, because they couldn't find too many different faces or body to uh, use. This energy couldn't use different faces, but there was definitely a large number of people, and now they have been released. Like, it's like, let's say those, it's like they lost their marbles. I mean, they lost the capacity to even think, because this energy literally drained them of everything. I think that was the point, because there were too many people around, and probably or from a past timeline that's done. There were still too many people who were lingering around. They were not, let's say, it's like they were not dealt with. They were not dealt with. They were not released. They were not told, like, okay, move into the light, Mr. Heckles. That's what I'm reminded of from like Friends, and when Mr. Heckles, like, yeah, that grumpy crackpot, uh, crackpot of a character. Like, it doesn't have to be old. It can. There are so many. I remember, like, in the 90s and early 2000s, the films used to showcase like these films and television would always have that cranky child with an existential crisis who knows so much, and you would find them in the most funniest of television shows or movies. And um, uh, by contrast, the example that I gave, there there is a grumpy old man, like Dennis the Menace, like there is always a grumpy old man neighbor. uh, there are these certain characters who are very, very grumpy. It's like you don't even understand why are they there. Like if they are so um I wanted to say so unhappy. Like it's not even about being unhappy. It's just like they um everything's gonna make them uncomfortable. You see, everything's going to make them uncomfortable. uh, I'm not saying tired. I'm not saying this thing. It's just like it's gonna make them uncomfortable because they they're losing momentum. They're losing things that keep them 11 as I said, that they're losing any kind of a sort of connectivity whatsoever with this world. Okay, this world, this reality, the people in them. It's like the like um this is a wrong example, but like we might have falling out with our family members or friends and things like that, but we do know that there is a connection there, and we're just detaching from the connection. But these people, like they they had use for this connection. We didn't have you like some of us don't have a use for that, for connections. And so when we detach, we we are indifferent. Okay, we're indifferent. And Gemini, that can be mistaken for as apathy, that we are apathetic and we do not have any sort of you know empathy of towards this. So this is a very typical Gemini kind of situation where you can, in contrast, show like when it is really, really apathetic, when it is like once the need is fulfilled, like once the addiction is identified, and the process of healing begins within other people who have been so greedy. What are all the sins, like we're being greedy, gluttonous, lustful, envious, vain, all of those things. Like uh, when those those things get highlighted and that's going to be corrected, it's just like suddenly they drop. It's like somebody, I see a bunch of people dropping the evidence, like I'm biased, like so that it's just once they started doing that. And this process began a while ago. Okay, a while ago in the past, like more than 6 months ago at least, this process began in the places that the main reason why I went into that entire discussion about what is happening with these people is because you might have not wanted to work in a certain place or move to another country or move to wherever. It's because of you sense these people like going there, being there. You must have sensed this energy being there, and that this grumpy crackpot energy is going to just catch all the people around you, or like just the mindless people, people walking, not mindless, sorry, people walking aimlessly. They're just gonna catch those people and then create nuisance for you. Like you're walking down the street and just somebody just puts their tries to trip you out, stumble, and make it look like an accident constantly. Like somebody is constantly going through accidents. So like let's say you were visualizing, I'm going to move to such and such part of my city, or I'm moving to another city within the state limits, or I would like to live in this state, in this city, because the geography and the climate and everything is so much more suitable to what I am doing and I'm working with, etc. And or like the food and water and weather is more suitable to me and my general well-being, etc. Or if you were if you were thinking about moving to another country, okay, we have the Six of Swords here, so moving overseas somewhere, and it's like when you like just even gave it a thought, how do you feel, you got this constant, sorry, instant, like sort of affirmation spiritually, from your star seeds or origins, the source from where your star seed source and origin, like your ascended master over there, your star seed master. You get that confirmation that yes, the reason why there are no coincidences. There's a reason why you're being uh, pulled to think about this. Your mind is being pulled to think about it because your soul's energy is asking you to go to this such and such place. But then suddenly, like a visual comes in, like a very a toxic energy interference, karmic interference, if you want to call it, so that energy, but it's kind of getting sent away, like since 6 months it's like being slowly and steadily being sent away, and you might be feeling like now when you actually think about those options, you can actually uphold the vision, you can have actually uphold the, okay, what am I getting from this place, what am I getting from this job, what am I getting from this industry, even if you're not thinking of, let's just say for example, the coding industry, okay, or the construction industry. You are not thinking about actually becoming a construction worker or coder, but you've, whenever previously you visualized about, when you thought about that industry, when you wanted to gather a little bit of knowledge, maybe you faced so much interference that you thought, like this is like doggy dog world, I don't want to be here, it's just horrible, like it's so toxic. And it might have been true, it might have most definitely been true, like if you had gone there before, this energy was completely released, like look at this, it was contained and now it's been released. And from all, wherever you sit, take the 4 directions and make, like this rectangular thing, and your aura field will go such, it will be like this, like a, so this will be the center point here, and then there will be like a torp shape, like an apple shape of like your aura field. And now you can expand, you can literally expand this. The Six of Swords also speaks about expansion, in this, in your ability to visualize what's on the road. So your horizon, your view of the horizon is very, very clear since you don't have this anymore. Okay, so this, if you are thinking that oh my god, like why am I feeling pulled back towards this job or this business, towards this project, towards this place, it's because there is massive interfering energies, people who are causing you unnecessary trouble. And like, doesn't even have to be like common people, it can be like people who used to work there at the offices, wherever, like at the offices or workforce, that culture of the people working uh, generally was completely unsuitable to you, that sort of a thing. I don't know. I kind of got a little bit of a download there, like for a minute. So it's like incoming messages, like they're trying to get through to you. They're trying to get through to you, like these people as they exit, and there are other souls that are also in the same place as you are, and I'm doing it for the Gemini collective, right, this reading. So and I'm also like so uncomfortable right now, so like, so uh feeling, I'm feeling the discomfort, like, somebody really did not want to move because of something, and it feels like it's very petty, but I think you're getting moved there, like you are not, it's, this is something that is not going to be in your control, like, you're going, this, like how this has not been in your control, neither is this going to be in your control. So if you're in any way, shape or form wanting to control, or if there is any way, shape or form of controlling energy, then it's going to uh, we have the King of Cups and we have the Temperance card. So if you're trying to control your movement or restriction, it's like, the King of Cups tries to control their emotions about this, uh, by recollecting things from. So there is a lot of past energy that's trapped in here. Let's just say a lot of past information, especially emotional information, and now there's no place to go, because there is, everything is so irrelevant now from of the past. Like literally everything is irrelevant, and whatever is still in your vicinity, in your surrounding, in your environment, or in your mind. Like, if any memories or any restrictive, any interfering memories, like, of bad causality is what I'm getting. Like, if you go you're you will face such and such problems, because the reason why you left from this place to that place is because you wanted to run away from this place, you wanted to run away from your responsibilities. That is what I mean by bad causality. Like, bad, you had some sort of, the karmic interference kept on giving you bad causality, bad causality, thought patterns, and they're just being released, and there's a large population I'm seeing, the number is very very large that is getting released from this, uh, and this is very very heavy energy. Like, you have controlled how you have felt, uh, you have controlled expressing, up to that point, that you have not really even admitted to your own self that I was uh, I was stopped because I was told that if I leave from this place, I'm going to suffer, or somebody else is going to suffer, or it's here or there. Like, there's some sort of codependency as well. Somebody was made to feel that they're extremely codependent on their ecosystem wherever they are, and so these are mainly programmed thoughts, and they're so petty. Like the Four of Pentacles is a very very petty energy card. Out of all the cards in the deck, I feel like the Four of Swords is petty, and the next one would be the Page of Swords. All right, when it comes to petty energy frequency, so it's like they have a petty reason, and now that all of that is suddenly just like being released. So these people are going away. Whatever was interfering with your movement forward or going towards this place is like, you can see with the arrangements of the cards, like, it's just getting shoved in the background, like, this devil card, you can hardly see it now, and what's going to rise up is like to heal this because it's become very heavy within you, this information. It's gone, it's been translated and also converted into something which is again making you stick to your opinion, you wanting to control everything and everyone around you, because you were literally just told told that what was really good for you, this new beginning and this new start and new shift, always, whenever you try to take this decision, always, every time a new beginning, every time it came around, every time a new offer came around, every time, it was told to you, or it dawned inside you that I need to have a different life. I don't know for how long, but now from this point onwards, I need to live differently, and that, which means I go to in this direction. Every single time you were given a thought pattern, a thought pattern was spoken spoken to you, whispered into your ear, which was extremely petty, which was it was petty. It is, I can't even give an example. It's just like something that, but it's like you might have absorbed, you took that seriously. It's like absorbed it because you wanted to use that as an excuse because you did not want to move. Okay, you used that as an excuse, and that's why I'm seeing somebody who has integrated with the King of Cups, who has integrated it so much, so deeply, just a bunch of excuses. You see how the reading unfolds, how the energy unfolds. You have taken excuses and made them the core value of something, but then you kind of realize it through other people, by seeing other people, who display these petty petty excuses. They are like literally the embodiment or the face of each and every petty excuse that you have internalized and glorified, and and uh, now that is getting mixed up, like, shaken up, like, this is like a bartender sort of like mixing, or like a mixologist, not a bartender but like a mixologist, like, let me make this drink for collective Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Vedic. So even if it is not for you, Gemini, if it's for somebody else, like, but this is happening energetically around you, like, this is happening energetically around you. Crossroads. If you're watching this, the situation has come to an end. It's just over. It's like, what can I tell you? Like, the situations that were built on excuses, excuses in general, lives that were built on excuses, portions of the world that was built on excuses, all of that is being shut down abruptly because that space, that timeline, um, will have to eventually move. Like, we'll have to shift, we'll have to change, we'll have to progress. Like, we can't let, something which is very mainstream, like, your soul, or somebody else's soul that is attached to you, like, go to waste like that, because then we kind of have to deal with that waste, and we have to manage that it becomes cosmic debris, and it becomes very difficult to kind of they say, like, prevention is better than cure, like, and I don't know if you can see, like, this is Archangel Michael, and he looks like like those, those surgeons, if you might have seen them in old movies, where they are sort of wearing this contraption on their head. And I'm going to have to close the reading. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus with your card, the Lover's card. This is the perfect choice for you. This has always been the perfect choice for you. And I do see there is a lot of external energy. I understand, do not blame it. It could be other people in your life who have lived based on excuses, petty excuses, and not willing to move forward. That's why it might have stopped you from receiving this new beginning offer, but now it's time. And I'll see you in the next reading. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Vedic.